ever had life flipped on you? I mean, in a single moment. 1 minute, I was chasing my dreams. The next, I couldn't move. They said I'd never walk again, but that wasn't the end of my story. It was the beginning. This isn't just about pain. This is about becoming. Hi, my name is David Olaiwala. I'm the founder of StillStanding.ng, and this is my very first long form YouTube video titled I Didn't Break, I Became. My turning point, episode 1. I created this space for people like me, people who have faced deep pain, trauma, disability, or loss, and still choose to rise. If you look in for real stories, raw moments, I hope you are in the right place. Please subscribe, join the journey, and share this with someone who needs light. I was 22. I had just graduated with a degree in Linguistics from Federal University Abeokuta. At 23, I had completed my NYC, my National Youth Service Corps, at a private school in Ibadan, and landed a job in Abeokuta. Wow. I was excited. As an orphan, against all odds. And then the journey wasn't easy throughout school days, I tell you. Struggling and striving, and with help from several people and loved ones, I finally finished. A new season for me, a fresh start. Life was beginning to make sense. So on this particular day, December 10, 2022, on that fateful morning, I packed my bags and boarded the vehicle at Ojo Park, heading towards Abeokuta. It was supposed to just be another day, a simple journey, but something felt off. I can't explain it. Maybe it was just my instinct. But I don't know. I didn't know what I was about. I didn't know I was about to enter a storm that would change my life. I remember somewhere along that Ibadan expressway, our driver decided to park one side of the road and then to assist a particular vehicle that the bonnet caught fire. And then some minutes later, everything changed. I can't explain how fast it happened. The only thing I could remember was a crash because I had fainted. I was gone for hours to the extent I was left alone in the vehicle. I guess they thought I had died, maybe. But when I woke up, I saw the blood coming out from my nose. The confusion. I couldn't feel my body. Then I knew something was wrong. I tried calling out for help, but I myself couldn't even hear my voice. I couldn't hear my voice at all. But miraculously, someone came by to check the vehicle, and he noticed I was blinking my eyes because that was the only way I could communicate then. And I was even stuck in between the driver's seats. I remembered he had to break one of the front seats. Then he dragged me out. And after dragging me out, I remembered he had to call the ambulance. The ambulance came and then called my sister. I was rushed to different hospitals then. Later that day, I was referred down to University College Hospital, Ibadan, UCH, in the middle of the night. At that moment, I was running out of breath. I couldn't breathe properly again, and so I was rushed immediately to the ICU, that's intensive care unit, and was placed on oxygen. Several wires around my body, and immediately I was also placed on the cervical column. By the time I woke up, I saw a lot of doctors all around me, and one of them came towards me and told me, he said, that word shocked me. He said, and I quote, "Young man, you broke your neck and affected your spinal cord, and that I might not be able to walk again." He said I had severe traumatic myelopathy. I remember staring at the ceiling. My mind went blank. My soul shattered. Like, I went silent for minutes. I remember then my sister started crying. Like, I was in a state of shock. I couldn't even utter a word. All I was just doing was staring at my God sent helper, like the one I called my uncle. He was someone who helped me throughout school then when I had no one. All I could do was just stare at him. I questioned everything. God, why? What will happen to my life? All my purpose, my dreams, my future, all that kept on coming to my mind. I cried bitterly. Like, I even prayed for a miracle to happen instantly at that moment. I screamed in silence. But even in that darkness, something in me refused to give up. And that's why I say, I didn't break. I became stronger, determined, more grounded, more real. Because I knew I couldn't give up. I just can't give up at that moment. But that wasn't the end of my story. It was the beginning of something I never expected. I started StillStanding.ng because I knew someone else out there was going through what I went through, and they needed to know they are not alone. In my next video, I will be sharing how I faced the pain, what happened next after the diagnosis from the doctor, the fear, and the long road of recovery. But for now, just know this: I'm still here and I'm still standing. If you are still standing today through pain, trauma, depression, or disability, I want you to know this. I want you to know that alone is powerful. This is just the beginning. Every Friday, I'll be sharing my full journey, raw, unfiltered, and filled with hope. I promise it's going to be interesting, and I'll be truthful to you. So if you love this, please subscribe to my channel, leave a comment. Let's build a community of healing together. Bye for now.